what's going on? Pretty pretty good day yesterday. Had a decent day. Did some around the house with the church. Got home, had a small lunch, a nap, got some Z's in. Yeah, watched the movie later on in the beginning of the evening. Got to talk to my daughter. Yeah, well, both my daughters. Everything is doing pretty good. Pretty decent day. How you guys doing? What's going on? You guys having a? Did you have a safe weekend? Did you have a? I don't know. Just a safe time, I guess. Kind of nice to just get back and just have fun with the family, trying to get things through. Can't hear me. How about now? How does that sound? Hope you can hear me. I can't hear myself, so it's kind of hard for me to know what am I doing? What's going on? Hope you guys can hear me now. Yeah, just out and about. Got done. Thanks, buddy. Yeah. How you doing, Brian? What's going on with you today? Beginning of the work week. Here is a little bit chilly out today. Um, all is slowly creaking in. Well, it's not slowly. It's already here. It's already getting dark in the morning time at 6 o'clock. Still dark out. Earlier it was pretty still bright out, but now the sun is changing its course. Things are just going back. Working in the office, huh? Well, don't forget to have a couple of coffees, couple of big glasses of Joe. That's enough to get you going. That's enough to get you going. Have a couple of donuts with the little damn sprinkles on top, just to add the color, you know. Coffee's good. I like coffee. I used to like when I was in Anchorage, we had a real huge big ass bakery, and my toy just fell down. My buddy Richard, they were all showing off their toys that they had the other day, and they were all showing off his gun and everything, and mine was upstairs. My cousin was doing something with the sight. We got a brand new sight on the gun. We got one of those fancy schmancy electronic sights that you can. It has an infrared beam on it, so you can do it at night and during the daytime. And then you have one of those Wi-Fi hookups to the scope that we can play back on. See what happens if we hit the targets and stuff. It's just a overrated scope. Very expensive. I got it here. I'm gonna show it to you pretty soon. I was hoping that Richard was gonna come by, but I think he's out and about, maybe with the missus, and he's out doing something. And good morning, Mark. Or is it afternoon or evening? I hope you had a good weekend. Tuesday, huh? OZ time. Cool. Yeah. Brian, what kind of work do you do? You said you're in the office, but the office can mean a whole bunch of things. Are you the boss, the man, the head chief in town? I'm in charge. Or you're just a normal pencil pusher answering to the man? Yeah, it's okay as long as you do your work and keep out of trouble and you mind your own business and don't tell on anybody. I guess that's where the part when you mind your own business comes in. When you mind your own business, you don't have to act until to nobody. You you're just minding your own business. Somebody come in and rob the place, just look down and keep on working. Don't don't bother nobody. Office salesman. Well, that's cool. Midwest. Hey, there's nothing wrong with some people can work in the office and have a good time doing it. Um, some people got to do manual labor like me, and I like doing good manual labor. I like to show the kind of work that I did, and you feel proud about accomplishing stuff. And I did it when I was on the board the ship. But see, when I was on board ship, when I was on the crab boat, I did manual labor, but my job on the boat on the ship. I'm sorry, not a boat on the ship. I was the cook I was on the cook. I am the cook, and all I did was just cook um, 3 times a day, sometimes four. Make snacks and cakes and pies and donuts, and I did that kind of stuff. Uh, but I was also the biggest guy in the boat, and sometimes they get behind, so I would go out on the put my rain clothes on, and I would go out and help push the pots around, and sometimes I would butcher the crabs. So yeah, I mean, you always got to do a helping hand when people are in need, and you got to help out. It's just nice just to be there and help somebody. When I was at the mine, I learned when I was at the mine that only if you have to volunteer. If you don't have to, just hurry up and get your work done, and then run back to your to your room, shower, watch TV, call home, and then hurry up and go back to sleep. Go to sleep because you got to get up. You got to get up and in a short period of time just to hurry up and go back to work. We did that 14 days, well, 13 days. On the 14th day, we flew out, and we did it around 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. No days off. Some guys took some sick time off, but normally it was just to hurry up and go to the mine. The time went by pretty fast when we were in the mine. See, when I say the mine, I worked in the mill, and I worked in the first. I started out. I fed the mill balls, giant steel balls, cannon size, and they're the one. That's what crushes the ore up in these giant sag mills. And so I that was one of my responsibilities. We did a lot of cleanup because we had a lot of overflows all over the mill, and we have different areas that have different stages, and sometimes we would have one of the pipes get clogged up, and we had to hurry up and go clean out the pipes before it starts overflowing. Yeah, you got to remember we did maybe around 1 million metric tons a year. So we were open all the time, except we had a couple of controlled shutdowns where we stopped and cleaned out everything, the pipe, the mills, the sag mills, all the ball mills, and we had the engineers look at the insides of the tanks and everything, and if they needed to be if they need to be patched up or cleaned up or replace some different paddles, then that's what the maintenance people would do. That's done when we have that controlled shutdown. Even the office workers had to get dirty, so they had to come out and for the couple of days and get a little bit of dirt underneath their fingernails. Now we wear gloves. Sometimes those latex gloves. I worked many different parts of the mill. From I had a giant hose for cleanup. I worked in reagent building. That's where all the chemicals and dewatering is. Then I went to, like I said, there's around 6 different areas. And every time you move into a different area, that's when you got a new pay grade. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty fun, very good money. That's one of the biggest mistakes that I've done in my life was leaving the Philippines and quitting my job and right into the Philippines. I did that too early and paid the price for that. Yeah. I wanted to show Richard my rifle, and I wanted to see what he had because I wasn't watching what he was pulling out. So I wanted to come. I brought mine from upstairs down here, and he ain't with me today, so that kind of bummed me out a little bit. But in a little bit, I'll show you what I got on camera. This is what my cousin used to rid the lake of that beaver. we get right now we got deer on the other side of the lake, and check out the gun and scope the deer. Scope the deer in my gun and put the little dot, the little red dot on it, and they were smiling on the camera. I got a high powered scope with the it would do a feed in the to my camera, to my computer. So I did that this morning when I was having morning coffee, and I had a bagel, one of those raisin kind. There was a little bit of toast on it. Kevin can't see the screen too well. What screen you can't see too well?
Oy vey.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hey, man. I was just talking about you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna. I was bitching that you wasn't here,
Oh yeah.
and
Oh man.
and I was. Remember the other day you guys had your gun. You were showing your gun.
Oh, that was it. My wife was she was making a what the hell was it? A centerpiece. I don't have a gun. She's got a this is friggin' New York, man. She's got a glue gun. She was being funny.
See, I wasn't looking. I wasn't looking at. I was doing something else. I was looking at the
I wish I had a gun.
hangout, and I was looking at the hangout, and I wasn't paying attention. And today I brought my gun down, and I was gonna show it to you if I could compare. I'm sorry, but
That's all right. That's all right, man.
well, I'll show you guys my
Yeah.
beaver killer.
Nice.
Okay, here we go. It's not as nice as you guys' others' guns, so don't laugh at what I got.
It gets the job done, right?
Well, this one, I'm sure Sky Dragon popped off a couple, but yeah, it's a good one. It's heavy as heck though. That's the part. I think the weight. I got this fancy ass scope on it, and it has like one of those infrared scope.
Wow.
I'll show it to you.
Wow, that's pretty fancy. It looks like an army weapon of some kind.
Oh,
Me not being in the army, I didn't know friggin' shit about weapons. Wow, it's got a tripod too on it.
yeah.
Beautiful.
And
so look out, Mr. Beavers or Mrs. Beaver, whoever the case may be.
The scope I'm talking about.
That's sweet.
So yeah, it takes the it puts the here's the infrared scope, the laser scope, and then
that looks nice, man. What caliber gun is that? Is that like a small caliber?
Well, yeah, it's like a 223. A little bit bigger than a 22.
It's like our military uses. What are they? AR-15s or?
It's an AR-15.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I scoped in. We got deer across the lake, and I was taking a look. I was taking a look at I was scoping in the deer, and they little fuckers were smiling at me when I was when I was when I was putting the beam on them. He was.
I was like 16-year-old kid, and I was all messed up on drugs. And my older cousin was trying to get me straightened out, so he was taking me hunting and fishing and everything. And we were rabbit hunting, which I believe is around this time of year. And the freaking deer, they like almost know that it's not season for them to be hunted. And the game wardens in New York are pretty tough.
Yeah. So, they're all over the U.S. Those wardens, they have no sense of humor, and they will if they think you are poaching on the out of season, they have the right to go in your house without a warrant in Alaska.
Oh yeah,
I mean, they and if they think that you used your airplane to get the animal or snow machine or boat, they will confiscate everything.
Yeah, yeah, I bet. Yeah.
So you got a brand new boat or an airplane. He'll put a stop to it. I got a child proof lock, which is
Hmm.
very important. If you guys got guns, put a lock on it because it's always good to be safe, and you know um, don't leave this stuff out where you got kids
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you know always have good practice because a lot of people get messed up accidentally because they don't have this little bad boy on there.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, but like I said the other day, I didn't know. I didn't know that you didn't have.
No, but actually, I would love to have a pistol permit. I really would. It's very, very hard and expensive to get. And my dad did have one, and my mother was so anti-gun. Uh, he used to make big bank deposits in cash and stuff, and so that's why he had one. And but my mom eventually talked him into selling his gun, which was stupid. You know, I think my uncle, my mother's sister's husband, got my dad into pistol. They would go to this dump or whatever and shoot rats and stuff and have fun. You know,
Yeah,
they had a good time.
we upstairs we got another one. We got a 270, and that one puts out a big noise and it hurts a little bit on your shoulder. Uh, but that one you want to put pain to your body, shoot that 7 millimeter and see what happens. It will make your teeth loose.
Yeah, I used to hunt
I,
birds with my cousin and rabbits, and they had a couple Winchester pump shotguns, which were beautiful guns. And then they had this double barrel 12 gauge that
that's nice.
that was and my cousin gave it to me, and he was kind of
Hey,
busting
Los.
my chops, and
Uh,
that thing kicked like a mule. I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know what make it was, but it was something else, man. Because it had two triggers on it. You know, you could pull one was you could pull them both at the same time. And I was a punk. I would like be irritate my cousin because we'd be walking in a line,
Uh-huh.
my uncle and my cousin and I through the brush and stuff. Oh, here comes one at you, you know, and I'd like fire off the gun and stuff.
I got
Yeah.
when I was in Alaska, we had a 308 and it had a hair trigger on it.
Yeah.
But that was it was a Czechoslovakian model. So
Mhm.
that could have been a sniper's rifle. But yeah.
Friend of my wife's he lives in Pennsylvania in Nanacoke, and he came on his birthday. He had gotten divorced, and my wife felt sorry for him. And he came to visit us and stayed over, and she cooked him a birthday dinner. They went to college together in Cebu, and he actually brought his gun with him, but he had like it in the trunk, and it was, I think he has a Glock, and he had like a cable tie through the barrel and everything, you know. Yeah, because they're real ball breakers in New York about guns.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Dragon said, nice scope. Well, it's a $600 scope.
Yeah.
It almost costs as much as the AR-15. So yeah, this is the battery. This is the battery pack for because it's electric scope. So here's the battery pack for the scope.
You can see with night with those, huh? With those
Oh
yeah.
yeah, you.
Hey, there's
Yeah,
Mrs. Heminger. Long time no see, Mrs. Heminger.
yeah. So yeah, this is because the gun is so heavy. We could just go up on the deck with the porch and just pop these out, and then lay it up
So, Ken,
on the
so
tripod.
Ken, if you see a deer out prowling around at night, you can shoot it with your gun and your on
Well,
your.
you're not supposed to, but I guess you could. I mean, we did with that big beaver,
Mm-hmm.
and and
Yeah, that was like a pest, but yeah.
I shot a baby beaver last night. I was kind of sad because I heard it splash, and I pulled it out, put it in sight, tagged it, and then I went out and got it, and then here it is today. Can you see it,
Oh,
Rich?
what's that?
Here's the baby beaver that we got last night.
Oh yeah, is that real or is that a?
Yeah, no, no. This that's the real McCoy, buddy.
Wow.
Have you seen a beaver before?
No, that's not real, is it? Is that
I
small?
know
I was gonna say that's a little small.
it's a little puppet, but he's my little. I got a little hole, I guess, in on underneath it. So on those lonely nights, I can just.
Oh, I was gonna say you put your otin. Oh, you don't know that word. That means penis in my wife's language in there to keep it warm.
Well, yeah, that's my little big man pocket now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who else? Hey, Graham. How you doing, buddy? Who else we got? Jimmy Heminger.
yeah, Mrs. Heminger. Somebody was saying that you and John Doe are the same person. I said no way because they fight in the chat room together. Yeah.
Well, Landhawk was saying that
That's not true.
John Doe and Heminger is the same people because they have the same persona. He was saying, and
I said nope. I said Hemi knows about medicine because I've asked him questions about medicine before, and he isn't Googling them because he has the answers quick. Are you trolling Jerry? Hey, Jerry's a good guy.
Who's that?
Jerry Kudanian. He's a good guy.
Who's trolling Jerry? I mean,
This is Heminger.
Oh,
I got to go downstairs and get some more coffee, if there is some.
that's what I just had earlier. Go ahead, buddy. Yeah, that's what those noises that you hear popping during the daytime. That's somebody upstairs having a little bit of a stress release. That would be pretty good, right? Get to pop off a couple of shots and have a little bit of relief, and get to take the hair down. When you have a rough day, you just go home and just fire a couple of shots at your target. Hopefully it's not a moving target. Yeah, we weren't, it's not good to shoot like that beaver the other day, last month. But yeah, that beaver took down trees and stuff. And our tree that we had was that weeping willow, and it was around a 30-year-old willow. It's been around for a while, and he chopped it down because the beaver thought it tasted good. Not now. All we got is damn. We have those damn oak trees everywhere, and the beaver don't want to chew on the oak tree because it's way too hard. I take it because these trees, those oak trees, been here for at least a couple 100 years or more, maybe 200 years, and they're still out there. So evidently, the beaver has no interest in an oak tree, but he does have interest in these softwood trees. What's going on, Hem? Haven't seen you for a while. Like Richard said, I hope everything is going good. Hey, Ken, how you doing? You know, we got a few people outside. We got around 17 people right now. How you guys doing? Hope you all had a good weekend. You know, it's nice just to come back from off the weekend and you had something to do, something going on. Yeah. Ken Allen. Yeah. It's always nice just to have at least one day off to regroup, go out to eat, go to a movie. All that kind of stuff is a little bit nice. Just to sit back and relax, get some downtime with the missus or the girlfriend. One of those is always good. Hey, Will. How was your weekend? Yeah, did you get some coffee, Rich?
Yeah, sure did.
You get refueled up?
Yeah, it's a little bit overcast. So, and chilly. It was very chilly this morning, like in the 50s.
Yeah, it's pretty cold right now here. Not sure what time. I'm not sure what it exactly is the temperature. 54 out.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it's getting chilly up.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you do Sunday?
Let me see. I'm trying to think what I did yesterday. I was tinkering around with electronic stuff, but not much really. Just kind of chilled out, relaxed. I think we got spotty rain here and there around 8 p.m.
Okay. Yeah, at church. Well, in the morning time, we had real dark clouds, and it was getting darker and darker. And
yeah, my wife was mad I didn't take her to church.
we went inside, and all of a sudden it started to rain. And then we had thunder and lightning, and we had a heavy downpour. Mm-hmm. So maybe that was the storm that Jerry was having the other day when he had that heavy lightning.
Yeah, psychosis has showed himself. I've seen him before.
Well, I seen him.
Yeah,
I think he had his camera or something on that flickered.
He had his cat on or something, right? One time, yeah.
Yeah, he was showing us his cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was kind of ugly looking cat though, but it was okay.
Are you a fan of cats, Kevin?
I like cats because they mind their own business. They don't. You know, they're kind of like maintenance free. All you gotta do is feed them and change the shit box. So, but dogs and birds, they have a higher. Then they have to take care of them. You know.
The thing, my sister had cats growing up, and even when she got married, she lived in apartments and stuff, and she wasn't supposed to have cats, and she almost got evicted for having them. And you know, then they ended up back with me, and I couldn't stand the frigging things.
Oh,
You
why?
know,
Because
because
they purr or what?
no, because they're like,
They hate.
you know, when they get old, they attack you and stuff like that. You know, you get up in the middle of the night to get a drink of water or something, and they, you know, you don't have the lights on, and they sink their teeth into the calf or your leg or something. You know,
Oh,
though where a dog would just be there sleeping, and they'll come up to, like, I used to have Siberian Huskies, and they'd tease the dogs, like they'd walk right up to their noses and stuff when the dogs are sleeping. You know.
huh. No, our cat was pretty cool. So maybe you just like tortured it.
This wasn't one cat. This was a one of those coon cats, and then there was a white cat. I don't know what he was, and then there was a tiger cat too. So it was like three of them,
Huh.
and I ended up with all three of them at one time. And my stupid sister had the fucking things declawed, which is the meanest thing you can possibly do, right?
Uh-huh.
Taking the claws out of a cat. A dog chases a cat. He can't go up a tree
Huh. Yeah, that's not cool.
because she
Well,
was afraid it was going to scratch her dining room table. You know.
okay. Hey, Jimmy. Yeah, a cat. Um, a lot of specialist people they consider a cat pound for pound is the size of a tiger. I'm talking about a house cat. Pound
Did
for
you
pound.
Did you hear what Mrs. Heminger saying, that Seth went to some, what is it, 8K peso apartment in the ghetto area of Angeles and got his life threatened, and now Lynn is pissed? Did you hear about that, Kevin?
No, I sure didn't. Nobody tells me nothing. Nobody calls. They don't write. I seen a couple of posts that Seth did, but nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, be careful. Heminger might be trying to yank your chain.
Yeah, I wouldn't believe too much that comes out of his mouth.
Well, Kevin and Seth are friends, so Kevin can call him, right?
Oh yeah, I can give him a buzz. Maybe. Well, right now it's only 11, so he's probably still.
Jason Lady Boys.
Well,
Sorry.
those guys, they move away. I mean, in and out of places like a yo-yo. So you gotta be happy. You gotta be content with one place and not just keep.
Mrs. Heminger saying, see if you can confirm it to be true.
Yeah, I just seen that.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he didn't get threatened by ladyboys. That would be kind of sad.
Yeah, they did. They used to live in San Francisco, right? That's probably some crazy people there.
All right, what are you giggling about?
Oh man, that's kind of. Oh man, I can't repeat that. Yeah, Seth was born in Los Angeles, but I think he worked in San Francisco for like 13 years.
So that's all you did? You just didn't do that much over the weekend?
Yeah, it was kind of shitty weather. My wife wanted to go pick strawberries. I said, strawberries this time of year? Where the hell are you going to pick strawberries this time of year?
Maybe.
She goes, oh, there's this place, this farm down where we pick peaches in the spring. I said, really?
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm giving him a call.
Are you calling him now?
Yeah. Because you said give him a call.
Oh, yeah. Say Richard said to call you.
He don't know who you are.
Yes, he does. I gave him a pickle recipe for New York deli pickles. My grandmother had.
What do you mean you give him a pickle recipe?
He loves deli pickles.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, well, we're doing pretty good right now. We already got 23 people on board, and it's only 40 minutes into the grand slam of the place of the thing. I'm not going to stay on too long. It's just going to be a little bit. We might later on. We might go to Nashville. My cousin, him and his wife is gonna there's a seminar going on for his work, so he's gonna take him and his wife there, and so my aunt's gonna give him a ride. Nashville's a lot better than going to Lexington. Yeah, over there at Lilyville. Too much work.
So, Kev, what does your cousin do? Is he a coder or something, computer programmer?
Yeah, he makes websites. He's a website developer. Which is he has like couple people in Cebu, Manila, and he got a couple of people over in Bombay.
Bombay.
Not joking. If anybody's Indian, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to laugh. I didn't mean to be insensitive.
Really?
To your feelings.
Why you're politically correct, aren't you?
Well, I like to be, because it just, I don't want to
hurt people's feelings.
Step on nobody's toes, so then they get crying. I gotta hear about it later on from somebody else, because somebody else. So yeah, hey, you guys from other channels, how you doing? I hope you're all fine. Who's that guy? That grunt guy. Yes, the other day he was bragging about he has more views and stuff than me, and
oh yeah,
I don't know how that mofo's possible, because I do better than him in one day than he does a week. So I don't understand where he get the numbers from. But if I'm wrong, I apologize, my big buddy, because whatever. I didn't know we were in competition with each other, because I know you only have a couple of videos out and you don't do videos twice a week. God damn. But if you want to have a competition, I guess we could have a weight loss competition and see who's going to win. But since you don't show yourself, that's probably not going to happen, I think. Because maybe you're shy. I don't know.
You know how you lose weight, man? You wire your freaking jaw shut. That's how you lose weight.
Lose weight, or you can put your lips around this barrel, see what happens. Maybe you'll lose weight. I don't know. I don't care. Like I said, I didn't know that we were supposed to be in competition, because he was bragging about it the other day, and
oh,
a little bit comical, because, well, I'm sure one of you guys will tell them, but I'm sure they're watching, because
gastric bypass. Wow. I knew a kid that had that done, gastric bypass, and it worked too.
Yeah, but a lot of doctors don't want to do that, because they said there's a lot of complications.
Yeah.
When you do that kind of stuff, because they gotta fillet you open.
Yeah.
And take out other shit before they can get to your gut, and stapling the shit out of it. Or I'm not sure what one they're gonna do. Put a tube around it. There's different methods of doing it, Hey, I don't know. If you're in the Philippines, you should be losing weight like
Sweating like a, you know what?
Wait like a marathon because you ain't gonna eat the same kind of food you eat here. And if you just stay at the house in your panties and not doing anything, I guess then you're not gonna gain or lose no more weight. But if you're just right there sucking on ice candy, I guess.
Right, Sky Dragon, bypassing McDonald's. Yeah. Forget the fast food, man.
All those Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not motivated, I guess you can't lose weight. But yeah, I would happily do that challenge because, well, I'm sure. I mean, but say you would have to take a picture of yourself, and then before and after pictures, you know. But I mean, I know you're Popeye's friend and everybody else's friend, so don't want to get you all riled up. But since you did say that we are in competition, we could do a weight loss competition because I understand from some of your buddies talking that you're a little bit heavy down below. But we all are a little bit heavy after a while. But yeah, you want to lose weight, go to the Philippines. Do some walking, do some sweating, change your diet, and I'll guarantee, buddy, if you're a 16 right now, waist in around 6 months, you can be wearing a size 38. Maybe that's the size you were when you was in high school, way back when. But yeah, you can lose weight very fast, very easy. Just
Yeah.
gotta
There's no competition, Kev. Just, forget about other people and just do what you do,
I don't want to make nobody angry.
Well,
Exactly. There's no no competition. Don't even worry about bringing it up. Just do your thing.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I wasn't sure why we were in competition. He was getting a little bit of chuckle, Santa Claus, ho, 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 chuckle that he was doing better, which I don't see how that's possible. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful day out today. Go outside and straighten up, police the area. And
is that all it is for heart surgery, Mrs. Heminger, in the Philippines? $16,000. The guy doesn't look good, Jerry. I saw that video too. That Mike and whatever, the guy that used to ride the motorcycle around.
yeah, what? He's not driving a motorcycle no more?
I guess he just released a video that he's got to have emergency surgery.
Well, I guess he could come back to the U.S. and get it. Because if he don't get the money in the Philippines, they're just going to watch him.
Really?
Put him out.
Somebody with health issues? Oh, my God. And he doesn't have the money to have it done? Jeez. What the hell's wrong with people? Jerry,
Well,
I can hear Jerry saying they didn't have a plan, man. Just hear
Will is saying that he got a Patreon account. A lot of people have a Patreon account. But Brown
wasn't the guy like an electrician or something like that, man? Did you ever try to hire an electrician at your house?
My house, yeah.
How much money those guys charge?
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, I can do it, but there's so many laws in New York that you have to go by codes and stuff. So you have to hire one, You
need a license just to take a look at what needs to be done.
Absolutely. So your house gets burned down, or people get electrocuted. All these ground fault interrupters and all this shit. Yeah, these guys make a bundle of money. Yep. I know a friend of mine referred this guy out. My wife and I wanted some lights back by our porch, one by the side of our house. And the guy, you know, guy had to fish some wires here and there, you know, and he gave me a cost of like $2,000. And I said to him, you know, Jesse James used a freaking gun, man. You know, holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll say 19K here in the US.
90K.
Well,
90K.
okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Feel health. Yeah. Well, take away the McDonald's and maybe he could survive another day. You know. You don't know.
My wife works for all that Medicare stuff, and she represents the doctors though. So I don't know, and it's only in New York State, which I think he's from Texas. So yeah, I feel sorry for the guy. That's got to be a bummer not having the money to have. That's the thing in the Philippines. So many people die. A friend of my wife's, her first husband died at like 35 years old with appendicitis. You know?
Yeah, I had that happen. I had an inflamed appendix.
Yeah.
That happened real fast.
Yeah, they'll poison you.
One moment it was feeling good, to the next moment I was sitting up straight. Yeah, that hurt pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's one of the downsides that I can see is, I don't know, it's, you know, you have to maintain some kind of connection to the U.S. for our health care.
Well, if you got that bad of a health care, I don't think you should have left the U.S. Unless you had money to go and get it fixed over there. Yeah. Yeah, cash speaks a lot. Real loud. Speaks real loud.
Yes.
Hey, DJ. DJ was saying hi to you. Hey, what about me? Hey, Gypsy, how you doing, buddy? Welcome back.
Gypsy, how you doing?
I was talking for a moment, sir. You back in the U.S. now, Gypsy? You and
And Jay is in the house.
Yeah.
Jay says he gets free health care through the VA, which is great. You should, man. You know?
Yeah.
Take care of veterans, man.
Yeah, take advantage of it. Yeah, you boys and girls out there that need the help, just go out and get the help. Especially if it's free to you. Take advantage of it. Does it cover your teeth also?
With the veterans, I think so, yeah.
Because the older you get, the more your teeth gets they also get old.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go out today and do a little bit of cleanup outside. You know, that cleanup shit just, you know, I didn't make the mess, so why do I gotta go out and clean it up? Just make the kids that go out and play and stuff, let them do the little bit of a picking up.
So I thought you were cleaning after the dogs.
No, you know, when we mow the lawn with the big mower, hey Jack. Hey, Maya, I am on a diet. prick.
Who said to get on a diet?
Jack did. As he's
No, he said dating sites. He said get yourself on dating sites.
Where? I don't need a dating site. Shit, I got 2 kids and a mom. What else do I need? I don't need no.
Plus, you got the charm in person, right? You see a girl see you, and you can't resist you.
You know, I was on a dating site, and it cost me thousands of dollars from the one in Hong Kong, and that one in that one that got me for 2 million pesos. You know, I mean, those dating sites, they might work for some people, and hats off to you if they work for you. But you know, I mean, if you want to go and meet somebody, just go on a good part of town, and if they're carrying a bunch of bags and they're going shopping, and well, if they got a whole bunch of bags, that means they got money to begin with, and go meet a college girl. Hopefully she's gonna graduate, that you don't gotta pay nothing. But yeah, you want to go to a university area at the coffee house. So those girls gonna go to the coffee house and have a couple of Joes. Joe means coffee. I'm sorry, and yeah, that would be pretty good. Johnny Warrior, did he see
Gypsy, you're separated? Gypsy's saying he's separated.
I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Don't go on a dating service. I was just saying hi to Johnny Warrior. I thought maybe he's seen my gun. I was showing it off, and maybe he heard about it and he
pull it out. He'll know what it is.
Okay, well, I know what it is. Hey, Johnny Warrior, feast your eyes on this puppy. Well, hell, he probably got one of his own.
I bet he does.
Maybe not the scope, but
he's probably got more advanced stuff than that. In the military,
got a homemade kind with the automatic.
I like that, man.
What do you like? Do you like this part, or do you like the scope? Because the scope part, the scope is good. You know, this is the beaver hunter.
That's how you take out beavers in Kentucky. Not the female kind, the animal kind, right?
Well, if the female kind gotta run, you just gotta wound it where they can just have a limp.
Shoot him in the toe. What scope is that? Johnny's asking you.
There we go. Can you? Oh, this is electronic scope. It's a Wi-Fi operated, where it's hooked up to the my computer or my computer or my handheld phone, and I can just take it out. See the beaver started to run, and just I hope he didn't, the bad guy didn't use one of these in
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
I think he had bigger looking things than that.
Well, this is pretty big. I mean,
I don't know the caliber of what he was using, but he had massive clips in the things, man.
They said he had a couple of AR-15s. And then this part here is the laser part, and then the regular scope part. Yeah, just a toy. We have kids around the house, so we put on
Trigger locks.
a child safety device just to added security. We don't put around in the chamber.
Johnny said infrared illumination for night, Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah. It has a red dot scope.
Deer hunting at night in Kentucky in your backyard. That's pretty cool.
I got deer in my backyard right now. I scoped the deer in earlier.
Yeah, Will. He's probably one of those MK Ultra guys, you know, CIA program guys. That Las Vegas shooter.
Oh, I thought you was talking about me.
No. You know the guy just went off and.
Yeah, I know. I was joking. I thought you guys were talking about me. During my younger days, you gotta say boobs, and I get activated. And
guy had millions of dollars, right? Gambled millions, playing poker, hookers, had everything. I mean, and here he goes and starts blowing people up that don't make sense.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of unhappy people everywhere, you know.
And he took Valium for depression, and Valium is supposed to make him kill people. Okay.
Well, you know, I asked my doctor the other day if I could have some Valium, and she said no. She says I'm on enough medicine right now. Why? What else do I need to comatose me? So, yeah, no. But I gotta go to the doctor pretty on Wednesday. I got an appointment, 2 appointments. Remember last week I canceled, so I told my uncle I got an appointment on at the doctor for my legs on 8 o'clock Wednesday morning, and then at 11 o'clock Wednesday, I gotta go to my doctor again. For my meds. Pretty good day today. Still cold outside. Getting a little, not cold, but a little bit nippy outside. Just a little bit nippy. So, yeah. 20,000 people. That's a lot of people, huh? That's a lot of porta potties. Yeah. Pretty good size event. Oh heck. So what have you been doing, Heminger? Anything going on? Oh yeah, they had some big. He had a couple of clips where a couple of banana clips that he can stuff a bunch of bullets in. Not gonna run out for a while. He looked like. Yeah. Just, you don't know what will drive the person, put him in a rage. Could be life, could be food, a woman, financial, country music. You know, you don't know what's gonna just make somebody, bad day at work. But it looked like he's been planning it for a while. So, it's just it was premeditated. Lost Nomad, how was your weekend?
Yeah, just like Lee Harvey Oswald was the fall guy. Exactly.
Yeah, you caught me in the middle of cutting some wood here. No, I had a good weekend. Spent with the family. Saturday they had like a little beer festival. Drank a lot of beer on Saturday. Good time.
That would be fun. Was it a micro?
Just a kind of a local bar in the area. They had just a little festival. You know, there's Oktoberfest going on, so everybody's doing these little things. And here in Austin, they got that ACL going on, so you know, catching some of the crowd that can't make it downtown.
Yeah. But
Well, it's supposed to be a good place for music, Austin, Texas. A lot of good musicians from there.
Oh yeah, and they got the big music fest going on right now. It's, you know, a lot of local stuff too, a lot of big names and everything. It's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Warrior, you're in Oklahoma. Just keep driving north, and you could come on over. Come on over to the house. Here in Kentucky. We're at the ass end of Kentucky. That would be fun. Go out shooting in the backyard. I know that sounds funny crazy as hell, but yeah, I could go outside right now and just cap off a couple of rounds at the target, and nobody calls the cops or nothing. I mean, we got a police chief right there on the corner of our street, and you know, I mean, you hear people, they got an AR, but I think the one guy has a legal one across the water. But yeah, they just pull out their guns and start shooting.
Is that where the Hatfield and McCoys were originally? Remember them?
Oh,
the famous feud. Were they in Kentucky or Tennessee?
Miss hunting season, yeah, that'd be fun too. My boys, they got moose and they got caribou hunting that they're almost ready to go. My son spent all summer working. They wanted to get a couple of new guns, some clothes over at Cabela's. They wanted to go get some winter camouflage. So they want to get ready, go out hunting and get some geese before they travel southbound. No, seriously, Johnny, come on over. That would be fun. We'll do a live broadcast. to make the boys happy. You could choke me, I'll choke you at the same time, live in the bullpen.
I remember seeing Johnny. I think he was out with Ren in Cebu. It was a long time ago. Yeah.
He was
Johnny's a big guy.
Yeah, he's with Mike. Well, Johnny, I guess, is couple, maybe 2 inches. I think he's 6'3". I'm 6'1".
Yeah, me too.
He was with Mikey 550, and
how tall is Mikey 550?
He's not that short. I mean, I'm like a head taller than him.
Oh, really?
He's a good man, though. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Johnny's saying, it would be, hey, Johnny, what part is going to be fun? Me choking you or you choking me? Because I said we'll be choking each other on my live stream.
Forget that. He's military. He'll put you out in 2 seconds.
That's not nice. Come on, Richard.
Oh, well, you might be a tough guy, but
I have a high tolerance, but not of choking. I mean, that part, because again, when I choked once on Father's Day with my daughters fixing me some my Father's Day dinner. So that choking part, that I changed my mind. It's easy to get choked out. Those guys in the wrestling, they don't know. They make it look easy. But when that cop choked out what was it, Mr. Brown?
Me too, Johnny. I'm a lover, not a fighter. When I was a punk kid, man, I thought I was a tough guy, but I am not anymore, man. I'm an old man.
There's no tough guys. Well, there's a lot of them, but you know they mind their own. John Doe, how you doing? I'm choking the damn chicken, and I don't even like chicken.
You'd like my wife's, man. She injects it with hot spices and stuff.
Your chicken?
Not my chicken. I mean, I'm talking about like a chicken breast, and then she cooks it like in a deep. She has this infrared fryer. It's really good. It doesn't get dry either.
I thought you was talking about choking your chicken. She gonna inject it. Will that make you want to choke it? I saw Black Expat. Hey, yeah, hey Jay.
Oh yeah, Jay's a pretty cool dude. He was here for a minute. Is he still here?
Yeah, he just said something. Yeah.
Pretty late in the Philippines.
Well, it's 12:13.
Must be a night owl.
Yeah, it's not easy to go to sleep. John Darren. Doesn't Seth have a website? Yeah, he does. Now what happened? Now that happened. You found things for sale. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about church? Hey, too lazy for you. The U.S. doesn't care about vets or the. No, everybody should care about vets. They shouldn't be forgotten.
Yeah, I love veterans. My uncle died at 19 years old, World War II, Battle of the Bulge. So it's my flag's always flying.
Your uncle? I think you're talking about your grandfather's brother.
No, my grandfather's son.
Died. And Are you talking about Vietnam?
No, I'm talking about World War II. Yep.
Well, yeah, I love it. Yeah,
my mom's brother. Yeah, I don't have many pictures of him, but he was a happy-go-lucky. Things my mom said he had a girlfriend, and he'd take my mom and his mother in the car, and they were so naive. They didn't know what he was doing. He would say, I'm going to be just a minute. I'm going to go up and see my girlfriend. And he'd be gone like an hour. Yeah. And my mom was only 7 years old, but he took her everywhere. And so they'd go in the car with him. And so he'd come back down in an hour, and he's all sweaty and stuff. My mother didn't realize till years later what was going on. They were laughing about it.
Johnny Warrior. Johnny Warrior is saying something. I can't see it. You see it, Rich?
Who's saying something? Johnny Warrior? Oh, Mrs. and Mrs. That's not true. You're the president of my fan club. Yeah, sorry. I took my eyes off the room.
Well, glue your eyes on the rim. Oh, yeah. Well, we're doing pretty well. But what time is it? 1 hour. Okay. What time is it now? Yeah, in a couple of minutes, I'm just gonna get. I got work to do outside. I don't want to keep postponing it. It's just too much work. If I postpone it, then
My leaves are starting to come down. I'm waiting till all the freaking. I have one tree in my yard.
Oh,
I'm waiting till all of them come down before I get the leaf sucker up to.
Oh, you got like one of vacuum?
Yeah, Toro.
Suck up the leaves or to blow the leaves?
It does both. You can do both. It's made by Toro. I like to vacuum them up. Crunch them up, put them in the bags.
Uh-huh.
I guess they're pretty good compost for the garden, but my wife's not good at gardening. We have a very small area behind our house. She tries to. Willie Wonk says his leaf sucker is Mexican. Oh, Ren wouldn't like that if he was here, man. Oh.
Didn't mean to laugh. I apologize. I was being insensitive to other sensitive people because we care.
Yes, it does, Jimmy. Yeah, we had a pretty warm. It's still pretty mild. It's today it feels cold because it's been so warm. It's like 55, and my blood ain't used to it. I'm ready to head to the Philippines, but my wife, nope. She wants to stay for a while. Probably you live there 6 months when she's ready.
I'll be right back. Just a moment.
Let's see here. Yeah, it is. It is refreshing, Jay. The fall weather. But what comes after it is, oh yeah. Well, I was born in New York, but I live upstate near Saratoga. It's up in the boonies now. You ever hear of Saratoga, New York? Yeah, you can sleep with your windows open, just a blanket on, stuff. Yeah. Oh, really? Saratoga, nothing but steers, queers and steers come from there. That was Lucky Luciano. It was, one of the oldest horse racing tracks. He made that place for the boys back in the day, in the 1800s. Well, no, he wasn't around, 1920s or whatever. Not that I'm into the gangsters, but it's, trivia.
You still there, Rich?
Yeah, I'm here.
You being quiet?
I'm reading the room, see what these guys are saying, so I can comment on it. I didn't know what you were doing.
Johnny, here it is. My box for the gun. I mean for the scope. he was asking what kind of scope it is.
Wow. What did you say? The scope cost more than the gun did?
Well, here's the price for the scope. So yeah, pretty close, I guess. But this is a little bit overkill for the scope. But the scope has like Wi-Fi connect.
Wow.
Night.
Well, that wouldn't be good for military, would it? Because it's for like gamesmen. Because you like military, like your position or whatever could be compromised or something. I mean, I don't know shit about anything about that, but
it doesn't throw off a glare.
No. I mean, using a connection to the internet for something like that.
Yeah, but that's different. But if you just have it, turn on the scope, and then you can see people at night. Just not.
So why would that be hooked up to the internet? So you can use an app.
Well, yeah, you could just, instead of going down to the target, then you can just look at it.
Oh, I see. It's remote controlled. The gun can be remote controlled. Holy shit.
Well, I don't know. No, you can't shoot the gun remote, but I'm talking about you could like look at the target, like when you shoot it, and then you could see what you hit. You could play it back.
Oh.
Yeah. Pretty good. But again, I mean, I don't know why you would spend that much money on it, but I don't know. They bought it. I didn't buy it. I was just hanging out. Video freedom. That's not the same video freedom, right? That's the different. Do you know, Rich?
I actually don't know who Video Freedom is. I heard people talking, but I don't know who he is.
There's an original Video Freedom, I think in Thailand, that they were.
Oh, you know, it says, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Yeah. So what are you gonna do the rest of the day?
I'm gonna go in my shop and do some work.
Oh, that sounds
fun, huh?
Oh, I got to go outside and do some work, so at least you get to be in a warm area.
Yeah, I got some guitar amps I want to work on.
What is Hemming? I mean, what is John Doe saying?
Big Kevin is some snowflake censor in my comments. No, actually Kevin gave me power to censor things, but I'm letting just about every comment through.
Why? What is he saying?
I don't know.
Oh,
there's like a pause. It comes up, and I just allow.
Oh. Yeah, hey. Too lazy for you, and these other people, Mr. John Doe, my buddy. I thought he was my buddy. Roberto's took a leave of absence.
Roberto's mad at you
from my show, and yeah, he texted me the other day.
Maybe you shouldn't discuss it on the show.
Well,
hopefully it's, something I know he was upset at somebody about something, but
yeah. So we're not going to see him around for a little while.
Well, I think people push his buttons because they know he didn't like Peter Van der Veer and stuff. And
Sky Dragon. Yeah. Who your vet? Oh. Lazy for you. Johnny Warrior, Black Expat. Well, I guess it's okay to have a timeout. Yeah, it's okay to go off, do what you want to do, see who you want to see. So, Sky Dragon, what's going on? Okay, yeah, okay. He was talking about I'm too lazy for you.
These guys can type. These guys can type like a secretary, man.
Well, yeah, that's a skill that
it is.
Learn when you're young.
My dad was one of those code guys on the USS Coral Sea. He did Morse code. He was in the Radio Shack, so he could type like 100 words a minute, man. Receive and type Morse code. You should have seen him type, man. Holy shit! I never learned to type, man. I can't freaking. I type with 2 fingers.
Start what? What's Johnny talking about?
Oh, I guess I didn't see what Will Wonks was saying, but he maybe was commenting something to Johnny.
Well, you're not paying attention, are you?
Remember there was 2 Mrs. Hemmingers and Seth couldn't figure out which was the real one and which was that was hilarious. Oh.
Oh, that's not nice. Yeah, John. Will, you got to be nice. Talk nice. Don't rock the boat. Johnny doesn't come on my show too often, so don't rock the boat.
Oh.
What is this, Johnny? Black American. Hey, leave my Black American alone. Expat.
So what are you having for lunch, Kevin?
Nothing. I had a shake earlier.
Oh, that's what is it? Like some kind of healthy shake?
Yeah. All my vitamins and crap inside of it. So yeah. Just gonna go out.
What vitamins do you take? Are you taking like vitamin D? Vitamin E?
It's a good vitamin. It's for older people.
Geriatric vitamins when you're in a rocking chair?
Well, I hope not. Hopefully this will.
Oh, let me see. Turn it to like 50 plus. Oh yeah, that's a good vitamin.
Yeah, it's a Costco special.
You know, some doctors think that vitamins are a waste of money. A lot of my doctor friends think that you don't process them, that you just piss them out.
These hard vitamins, yes, But if you get one of those gel caps or those chewable, like they look like those Flintstone chewable.
Yeah, like my kids take.
It's like those
And
gummy
they're
bear
kids.
kind.
They're 18 and 20. They still take chewable vitamins, and they're, you know, the gummy bear vitamins, and they're 18 and 20 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you need to get. Johnny Warrior takes, well, we all.
Yeah. Friggin' unbelievable, right?
I don't know. Why? Is that a joke? What's wrong with vitamin D?
No, it's good for you. Like, if you know, particularly if we live like in colder climates and we don't get exposed to the sun. Like in the Philippines, you don't need as much vitamin D because the sun makes it for you.
I take this fish oil also.
Yeah.
I had a problem with my cholesterol, and my doctor told me take this fish oil. And around 2 months later, I got my blood checked, and my calcium, my went down.
So the placebo effect is working for you, huh?
Something's
The
working.
control element in scientific testing, huh? Right, Mrs. Eminger? Is Eminger here? Yeah. Yeah, that my mom's grandmother, she used to go to the doctor years ago, and the doctor used to give her sugar pills because, you know, she had back trouble or something. She thought she was better if after she take them, but based on like scientific testing and stuff, people's minds think there's that element of control called the placebo. People think they actually do get better when they take something. You know, their brain, I don't know, releases some kind of chemistry, and it makes them feel good. Crazy, but true.
Oh,
I guess when they do, you know, you ever see those things you can get paid? Like, I think my sister's husband did this. Some of the medical centers, you can be like a guinea pig for testing drugs.
yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it. You perked right up. But
well, hopefully, it'll be a good drug instead of like a female hormone drug or something that it's gonna just mess you up at the end of the day. You acting all bitchy and everything.
yeah, it's like you're having your menstruation like all the time, right?
Your wife asking what's wrong with you, and you're not sure what's going on because it's not that time of it.
So where's little Ren? He's not here. He must be taking a nap.
Well, Ren is probably out and about.
See, I knew Mrs. Heminger. No, her grandmother. She went years ago. She'd go to the doctor, Mrs. Heminger, and she had back trouble, of course, like arthritis, like most people do, and that's what her doctor gave her.
That's not nice.
Ren's a good guy. Let's see. It's yeah, no, maybe he's out meeting somebody, one of his subs. No, she didn't know it. She thought it was medicine, and she'd get better when she'd take them.
Hey, Johnny Warrior, what are you doing back here anyway? Nobody tells me what's going on, so you just seeing family, catching up with friends, all of the above.
You know, women will do that, guys. They'll spend your money if they can.
Hey, buddy, what's up? How you guys doing? Hope you guys had a good weekend. I don't know if Johnny is still with us. Quit
Yeah, I'm right
smoking.
here.
There he is.
Or did you come on?
I'm with you, kid. Yeah,
How's
I'm right
it
here.
going, Johnny? Hey, Johnny's Richard. How
Pretty
you?
good. Hey, Richard, how you doing, brother?
Good, good, good.
So did
So,
you get
No, I'm
Philippines? What's going on?
I'm
You're
just
on-
here every 3 months or so. I come back here, visit family, stuff like that. You know, I'm actually. What's that?
Wife come?
No, no. I
Okay.
actually live. I have a house in San Antonio.
Okay.
I generally live there, but I have kids from a previous marriage that I come and visit up here.
Oh, that's nice.
So,
How old are you?
yeah. Say that again.
How old are your kids?
8 and 7.
oh, they're your little kids, yeah.
Oh, well, okay. They're the same age as my kids. I'm
Yeah.
in the Philippines because I was thinking I'm a little bit older than you because I was going to say my son is 22 and I got a 18-year-old son.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So Johnny, you met Ren Sentai 7, right? I thought I seen you in a video with his, but it was on the
Oh, yeah.
street.
When I lived in Cebu, we hung out pretty regularly.
Yeah, I like him. He's a cool guy. He comes on the show a
Dude,
lot.
he's awesome.
Yeah, he's a cool
Him and
guy.
Chicky are funny as hell when
Aren't
they're
they?
together.
Yeah.
Yeah. On, just like they are.
Yep.
They're real. That's how they
Yeah.
are. They're a trip.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife is from there, and we were there in April. We had a blast. We were there for a month. I didn't want to come home, man. Oh, but she's got a big job here and shit, you know. And I'm 57 years old, man. I could have stayed there. I'll tell you. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna buy a
I
condo.
like it.
We're buying a condo in McTon, and hopefully we'll be able to stay there 6 months, a year. But she owes a lot. She owes like 50 grand in graduate student loans, and the company she works for will pay those loans if she stays there another 8 years. So I'm not too big on that really because I want to retire, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's sweet, man. I mean, especially
Yeah.
if they're willing to pay their loans back, because they get kind of burdensome at some point, you know.
oh yeah, yeah. Well, you know, her undergraduate, she got her accountancy degree in Cebu when she was a young woman. She's 41 and I'm 57, and she had a good job and everything when I met her years ago. And you know, she was working for a publishing company there, and it's actually an American company, Ex Libris. It was like self-publishing as part of Prentice Hall, and so yeah, she was a smart girl, and boy, they can argue, man. I'll tell you, I never won an argument with her.
And you never will.
No,
So-
I
You're
kind of coming up on.
And I don't even try anymore.
Oklahoma.
But they're a lot of
it's cold, here, brother. I mean, I guess cold is relative, you know, but it's
where-
cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it. The cold here in Oklahoma has always given me. I got a piece of metal over the fusion in my back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And if that piece of metal gets cold, you know,
Oh
it
yeah.
causes a lot of. So I don't. The wind here is so bad. You know, it's constantly windy. You know,
Mhm.
windy in Oklahoma. And then, you know, with the hard ice storms that they get, so there's a lot of moisture in the air and everything. It just chills you to the bone, and I just don't do well in the winters here. So
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So how cold does it get in Oklahoma? Do you guys get winters there, or?
oh yeah, it snows but you get predominantly ice storms more than, but you'll get snow, quite a bit of snow.
Yeah, I got
I mean,
rheumatoid
it snows in
arthritis.
northern Texas too. Remember?
Yeah, yeah. I got rheumatoid arthritis, and it's starting to bother me now. That with this you know, with fall coming, I can feel it. I mean, summer was great. It was great when I was in the Philippines, no problems, but I can feel it acting up now. And I don't like taking medications for it, you know?
Yeah, they make you kind of loopy. Some of them, the medications are kind of unavoidable.
Yeah.
In the winters, I end up in a wheelchair. I know because I have neuropathy in my feet. And if you look the videos, you know, I make it look like I do a lot of adventurous stuff. But if you really look at it, I don't do, you know, I go places where it's smooth, you know, I'm not going to trip because I fall on my face a lot,
Jeez.
you know, because I can't feel the sides of my feet. And I have to take Neurontin for that. Otherwise, it's like my legs are, the pins and needles will drive me crazy. I'll scratch and have like all these sores up and down my legs.
Yeah.
So,
it's
I had a, go ahead, Ken.
I got chemical. I worked in at the mine. I work in the chemical area, and we had an overflow, and I got hit with a bunch of the chemical went over my boot, and it went down below. So at the height of my boot, now it's like a high burn, chemical burn, and it's been itching lately, and it's just so bad that I start itching it, and I don't stop, and it start bleeding, and then I stop. Yeah. My doctor gave me a lotion, a chemical lotion, and it's like a prescription, and it works, and I've been using it every time I get out of the shower. I put the lotion all over it, and it stopped itching now. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, the Neurontin does a pretty good job of getting rid of that. I try to stay at low doses though, and that's kind of hard. But it just look, the Philippines for me is better. Like I have a lot better mobility, you know, and the weather. As long as I stay out of Baguio, the weather's like absolutely perfect. I love it. You know, so
do you notice you lost a lot of weight when you was in the Philippines?
Yeah. You know that mix up, Black American Expat. He's right. It was the Black Filipino that I met at MOA, and that was one of the first things.
Yeah, I figured that was him.
That was one of the first things that he said was, "Dude, you're not as fat as in real person as you look on." And I'm like, "Thanks, bro." What the hell, man? So I was like, "Feel better." Yeah, he's funny, man. He's a trip. I mean, I didn't spend a lot of time with him, but I got to chat with him a little bit. And Gib, my buddy Gib, that I do that other channel with, that expat TV channel with, I'm 6'4" and he's 6'2", so we're a couple big guys.
Yeah.
And he was small. You know, he was, I don't know, he's got small figuratively relative, I guess, but I guess he's about like 5'10". So Gabe comes on his right side and I come on his left side, and I'm like, "Hey man, do you YouTube?" And he's walking and he says, "Yeah, and I guess he actually said I'm the Black Philippine, or the Black Philippine, I guess is actually what he said, now that I think about it. My memory's bad. And I'm saying, "Hey man, I'm 4." And he looks at me and goes, "Hey, what's up?" So we chatted for a while and it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, you know, talking to somebody like this is one thing, but when you get to meet up with somebody, then it makes everything a little bit nicer. Now you know what he looks like, how he talks. Just like when I was talking to Mikey 550 when he came here with me, we had a show here. So it was nice to talk to him, because you always talk to somebody over the internet, but when you see somebody, it makes your friendship better.
Yeah. No, they hold on, let me get my train of thought back. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
No, I mean, I don't, my channel's not, you know, like some of these other guys that are there, like Seth, I'm sure still deals with it. But like Talk Cali, he's pretty big and he's kind of well known. A lot, and actually, the Black Filipino, his channel's pretty big.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm sure they get it all the time where they're walking around and somebody recognizes them. And that's something I never actually, I've met with viewers, and every viewer that I've met, I've ended up in a friendship with.
Oh, that's nice.
Right? Yeah. Like, you know, I think the first one that I ever met was Mikey 550. Right?
Okay.
Him, me and Ren went out, and that dude does karaoke in Tagalog. Dude, everybody in the freaking karaoke place was like, woo, to Mikey 550. Like he was, like he was a movie star, man. It was a trip. And, but I've never had anybody ever recognize me, right? Like on the street. And the last time I was in Manila, I was walking. I stay at a place called Starlight B&B. It's over behind the VA, right? The Japanese embassy. And this Filipino was the first one to ever recognize. And he's like, Johnny Warrior. Dude, it was the coolest thing I ever. And it was cool that it was a Filipino. You know what I mean? It made me feel good that maybe I had a little bit more of a positive message on the channel, and I was getting a lot of Filipinos watching it. So it made me feel really good. It was cool.
You know, something funny, couple of days, I on my show, I've been putting down German words about the topic. And then a couple of days, Hello came on. He called me. He called me up. He goes, how did you learn how to speak German? I go, I didn't. I cheated, and I went on to Google, and because I've been getting a lot of European, and I've been stopped putting down German words. So if they see it, they can. It's like an eye catcher, and they come on. So yeah, that worked out pretty good. But I didn't know Aloe could read German. So that's pretty cool.
Aloe's pretty smart, dude. That guy, he's pretty he's pretty on it.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like he's gonna come back to the fold pretty soon. Meaning back to all of us. Because he's been on Dave's show, Popeye. I'm not on, but like left comments. He left a comment on Popeye and Grunt, and then him and I talked a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him in a while, but you know, we buried the hatchet way back, but I don't. You know, at the same time, I also respect his privacy, so I'm not going to comment on anything. So
yeah.
You know.
Well, I think all of us need to bury the hatchet because it's kind of silly.
Well, dude, a lot of this stuff, come on. I mean, yeah, a lot of this stuff is getting to the point where it's like nonsense. It's old. And this last trip here, you know, this is the first day that I've actually been on to kind of see, because I'm not doing anything at all. I've been busy. I've been here about a week. And, you know, I scheduled all my videos so that it would cover it, so it doesn't leave these blanks. But so I went on and I started looking at things, and I had to do a couple, you know, hey, what's up videos on both the channels.
Well, that's good.
Just the nonsense that's out there. It's like people have way too much time on their hands to be dealing some of this stuff and talking the smack that they do.
Yeah, it's like the 12-year-old kids.
Yeah, it's like freaking elementary school, schoolyard fight or something. And honestly, you know, and I'm guilty. I've participated in it in the past. I've instigated it, whatever, from some of the stuff that I say. But on the flip side of that, you know, I have issues that I deal with. You know, I'm not a very compassionate or empathetic person, but I try to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's still sometimes I fall flat on my face, and it comes like I'm when it comes out of my mouth, it's just sounds horrible. I know it. I get it. Right. And that's something that I know, and I'm trying to work on it. And, you know, that's something I've admitted on my channel. Everybody knows, and they still like to use it against me. Yeah, well, but you know what, man? The one thing that nobody can say is that, you know, the only ones that get me are, it doesn't, not so much, because I've actually put on my D214s and I've covered all that crap about the whole, doubting if I was a veteran or not. I put all that stuff out. And, that was a discussion and argument between Will Wonks and I, and we've buried the hatchet. Will Wonks and I are fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And him and I,
he was giving you. I thought he was giving me shit, so I was gonna put him on timeout.
No. Will Wonks, he just busts my balls, man. Will Wonks is just joking with me. Will Wonks has a unique sense of humor, but he's an extremely smart guy. And
because
I take it for what it is.
People say, I don't have that back. So I was gonna put Will on timeout.
No, man, no. Will Wong's fine. And if you actually listen and understand that about half of what he says, he's looking at his humor, you'll actually see the other half as, you know what, he's got a point. You know what I mean? So he doesn't go totally off the rocker. So
on those things, you gotta take a couple of minutes to understand what he's saying. So yeah, everybody has, we just gotta live with it and try to work things out. But don't this is internet, so we shouldn't really take things by heart.
It's getting to the point though that it's getting so toxic that it's being counterproductive, and it's actually harming the overall community rather than any gains that we're making on anything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It seems if we continue to perpetuate, it's one thing to sit there and call somebody out if they're like just totally being asinine, right?
Yeah.
But it's something else when we're talking about, being hateful and hurtful for the purpose of being hateful and hurtful. I'm not really getting that too much. I don't get why that's such a good trendy thing to do, and that's what it seems like. It seems like it's the thing to do now is to, because you live a miserable life doesn't mean that you need to go knock somebody down to the point where, now you feel better about yourself. I think that's kind of just.
Yeah, but you shouldn't use things to hurt, to make it hurt somebody.
That's really the nature of human beings, Johnny, right there, though. The people that are not feeling good about themselves do like to knock others to pull themselves up. That's right there.
Yeah, but you know what, man? And I don't know, and I'm gonna say this. I've always told you guys openly that I try my hardest. I am a believer, and I try my hardest to walk, in a good light and representation of somebody who is a Christian. Mm-hmm. But just in general, using the device that it's human nature to knock somebody down. No, not really. Because if you look at religions, faith, or community across the board, it's human nature to actually be giving and supportive. I think what it is, it's human nature to be lazy. And being supportive and being a good neighbor takes work. Right. Taking the low route is the lazy route. Digging in and doing the right thing takes work. That laziness is human nature.
Yeah, but when you do extra work, it pays off at the end.
Exactly, Kevin. You feel better. The people around you feel better. And it builds community. It builds relationships. Nope. And a lot of people are so hung up on the negativity of their own life that they don't either understand that or the community or they don't have the capacity. It's an elusive concept to them.
Yeah.
See, like here,
community is almost the cornerstone of every religion. If you look at different religions.
Well, community, even outside of religion, just having, and I know, like Miss Hemminger's misunderstanding. Apparently, it says I don't give a crap about the community. I'm not even in the Philippines. We're talking about like the global community, whether it's micro or macro. It's interactive and it all affects themselves, right? So
It's like a ripple.
yeah, exactly. If you do, sometimes you know how the big thing it seems is trending now is paying it forward is a term that everybody likes to say. So do something good, pay it forward, and they'll do something good, and they'll keep going, right? Well,
a domino effect.
Yeah, but if we did it daily, right? If we just woke up with the purpose of doing 2 good deeds a day instead of just 1 good deed, or making sure that you're doing 2 good deeds and saying something positive, now you're not just paying it forward, you're an influencer. And if the more influencers that you have positively, the more it's going to affect the global community. If I could get, and I'm not that big, but if I could get every viewer on my channel to think that way positively, do you know how much of a force that voice would be in the global community? Just 4,000 people. It would be huge.
That would be excellent. Yeah. So like a guy like Putty Pie, he got 57 million. If he did the same thing, yeah, it would be a ripple effect, and everybody will be influenced by it.
Mm-hmm. No, it'd be huge. Look, you guys sometimes get blamed for a lot of the rhetoric that goes on, and yeah, I have to manage my. I don't do the live. You guys do live casts. That's pretty much your thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's too much work to do the other part.
Yeah. See, I'm on the other side. I don't do a lot of live casts, so it's easy for me to monitor. And the people who come into my live cast are really, they want to be there to participate. Nowadays, I don't get many of the trolls. And if I do, honestly, I just block them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that way I don't have to deal with the rhetoric and the BS.
And the headache.
And, yeah, exactly. That's how I control. Yeah, I know. I mean, dude, but you get some huge pound. And honestly, even when you have the debates, again, lately I have not, and this isn't meant to be anything other than the fact that I haven't had the time to watch shows, right? But I haven't watched anybody's show or been on anybody's show for a while. And, I know, didn't you have just a little bit of a hoopla? Somebody was on your show that caused some issues.
Yeah, it was just earlier last week, towards the end. I had Landhawk, which was just a internet friend of mine, but him and somebody got into it.
Him and who?
No, Mr. Landhawk and Johnny, not Johnny, John Doe got into a spat.
Oh, well, that was the one about the wives and all. Yeah, okay. See, now that's a cross line. That's just not cool. But other than that, having an open forum to have discussions, or as long as it's not like ambushing and it's amiable or it's trying to be constructive, because there has been some times that I have heard that I've heard the show where you've gotten 2 people that have different opinions on, and it seemed like at the end of the show, there was some at least common ground in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, that's positive in itself, man. I mean, you're trying to do the best that you can with the avenue, but people are people, personalities are personalities. They're going to differ. They're going to be different. And you're right in the fact that you can't always control it, but being responsible in moderation and not allowing people to insult other people's wives and
That's what I
kids.
got that fixed with Richard. Now he's the new moderator, and now he can block and put people.
Yeah, Richard, you've always come across as a pretty straight guy, dude. You know, from my understanding of it.
Thank you. Yeah, try to be. Oops, John Doe's saying something here. I get Mrs. Henry would love to read.
Yeah.
Oops, I'm gonna have to hide that comment.
Yeah, just hide it.
John Doe, you have been censored. I really don't like this power because it's kind of, I mean,
well, makes you the bad guy, but better than.
No, I don't really worry about that. It's just that I believe people have the right to choose what they want to choose, good or bad. You know what I mean?
But on the same sense of that,
I don't like people insulting other people's wives. Of course not.
Yeah.
And I already talked to John privately about that in the Google Hangout.
Wives and kids.
Oh, John gave me a star. he gets off on this. He does.
You got to also understand that a lot of this stuff here, and that's what's kind of weird about YouTube, is that it makes YouTube, these live formats, make this really unique environment. And it's really cool as a social experiment, because the things that are talked about, discussed openly, can be so constructive, but on the flip side, so destructive, because on both senses, the taboo effect of what is socially acceptable has been removed, and people talk a lot more crap on things like this than they would if you were face to face, right?
Oh, yeah. Nobody would do that face to face. I mean, if you
right.
do, you're gonna walk out with a black eye.
We always say that, right? We always say that. People won't say the shit face to face, but because they're.
I'm gonna preface this as this isn't meant to sound like bad or derogatory or anything, but I mean, I know what John Doe looks like, and I'm telling you right now, John Doe would not have said that to Land Hawk face to face. But him having the forum to say it on YouTube is unique as a social experiment.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of an odd situation, and then you're not used to dealing with that. How do you deal with it? Do you, like you said, Richard, do you just let it go? That's libertarian of you. That's pretty cool, but at the same time, we do have to have some kind of cordial ability to communicate across the board. I mean, if you keep insulting everybody, they're never going to come around and want to be on your show anyway.
Yeah, that would suck. Especially when I'm so small. I'm every day I'm moving up, but I want to elevate faster.
Yeah. I kind of yeah, see, I'm still dealing with the whole when to turn the freaking mouth off. I mean, Richard, I don't know, from your past seems like, you've dealt with some of your own stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I don't know how the heck you're such a nice guy with having to deal with that, man. I'm envious.
Yeah.
I wish I could come across like that.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm very thankful to be here. I had a brain aneurysm 21 years ago, man. And, a lot of people don't believe in God, like I discussed with Kevin. I don't like to preach at people, but I do, because, I mean, mine burst. I had, it was at the Circle Willis in my brain when I was 36 years old. And it burst, and they didn't think I was going to make it. I had 3, and they didn't do the brain surgery through the femoral artery back then. I had my skull cracked open, was at the height of my career, owned my own company, worked for my dad. My dad owned a camera company, and I was working 3 jobs. Taking a shower one morning, a hot shower before work. It was a Saturday, and boom, felt like I got a gunshot in the back of my head. My vision was blurry, went cross-eyed, called 911. My sister was a nurse, thank God. They called her, and she said, "Oh, I know the perfect neurologist or neurosurgeon to do your surgery," and he wouldn't do it because was retiring. His hands were getting shaky. So then I was like in a cold sweat. I said, "I'm dead," you know. But thank God I got a good surgeon, and through like a year of recovery, I was in like a nut house practically, and my dad took me to his house because I was in like one of these rehabilitation centers and stuff that wasn't good, and he got me private nurses and everything, and yeah, I'm very thankful. Who's texting me? My wife? Oh, no, one of my customers. So I'm back partially working at my. I don't build amplifiers anymore, but I do service some electronics for professional musicians still.
Hey,
And that's why I kind of got a kinship with Kevin, because he had, an injury like that, that was life threatening too,
Yeah. Well, dude, I mean, that, so what you're kind of saying is faith is a little bit of what tuned you in, along with the, post.
The recovery. I try to encourage Kevin, because he says on days he gets these headaches. I understand that from the low pressure systems going through and everything. It's only been 3 years for him. It took me like 10 years so I could sleep on that side of my head, where you'll toss and turn in bed, and a pillow feels like you're sleeping on a concrete block. Once you had your skull cut open, they use a saw to cut it like an undertaker does to cut your brain out.
Yeah,
it's very, very uncomfortable, but eventually, if you make it,
I get migraines real bad, but they got me on Zomig. You ever use that? You're only allowed to use.
They had me on everything, man, years ago, and I was allergic to most drugs and stuff like that. I'm allergic to like penicillin and all this shit, and they had IVs in me and stuff. It was brutal. Yeah.
The Zomig, it'll get rid of migraines, but I'm like sick for about a day and a half because of the medication. But I'd rather be sick for a day and a half than, burying my face for a week in a mattress because it feels like a damn, hot poker in the center of my brain.
Oh yeah,
but that's
what my eye feels like in my side of my head. It felt like my eye, my jaw, and my temple area feels like you're poking it with ice pick. So
yeah.
I got this gabapentin. I got to take 3 it's gabapentin 800, and I got to take it 3 times a day for to maintain the headaches.
You'll understand, Richard, what I'm talking about, and maybe can help me articulate it a little better. But when the MRAPs first came out into theater, well, not first, but in the middle part of when the MRAPs were introduced and they got out of the up armored Hummer, they had a radio set in the back where the platoon leader would sit and run on the radio to help coordinate on convoy movement. And it's a jump seat, meaning that the seat kind of flips up and you're supposed to put a 5-point or 4-point restraint on and stay in the seat. And I was an idiot and didn't put my restraints on because I have to keep reaching over, and I had all my battle rattle on. And the MRAP got hit on the right side by a gaseous IED, which caused it to. It didn't roll, but it kind of surfed it and rattled. But I ended up hitting the top of the MRAP. That's where I got the MTBI, and I crushed the cervical part of my spine. And then when I landed down, the jump seat had flipped up, and I had, when you have I had a full combat load on. So my ass hit that seat, and I crushed my L5 to my S1, and that was the fusion that I had to have. Yeah, I know. I hit the drop door in the back and stumbled out and was on my knees. I pissed myself, and I couldn't get up. You know what I mean? But I got my boys into the fight, but I couldn't. my head was all wobbly. I was like fighting unconsciousness, and it was like I was like, oh, I was screwed. I knew I was jacked.
So you was like
And
a
Did you think
What's
you were
that?
dead at the time, Johnny?
yeah, I thought I was somehow, some way I was done. I thought if I wasn't gonna, if the MRAP itself, if that hadn't got it, that the tick afterward was gonna get me. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I was scared shitless.
Yeah.
I mean, I had pissed myself because I couldn't hold my bladder. I couldn't really feel my legs. The world's rolling on me, and I couldn't hardly get my weapon into play. You know, so I was kind of useless. The only thing I was doing, and I don't even know if they understood me or just saw me pointing, you know, where to go. Because I know it felt like my tongue was like 10 times bigger than it was.
Yeah.
I couldn't really talk. And
Yep.
it was like, it was a jacked up situation. I thought I was gone, man. About 4 months before that, we got into a tick in Solder City, down in Solder. And we were doing a patrol with the Iraqi Special Forces and got into a crossfire in 82nd Airborne QRF territory, but we were on the very edge of their QRF, and that's usually a good place that you want to be because they're quick. Luckily, we had Overwatch, so we had the Apache that was an Overwatch, and it brought in a little bit of cover fire, but they had got off a RPG that hit a small 4-foot wall, and it knocked me off, and my face wedged into the corner. And I think that's where I probably got my first MTBI, because I about got knocked out there, and all I could smell was stale urine. The ground was wet, so my face was in a bunch of, you know how they piss on all the walls there.
Yeah.
And
Kind of like what we
I'm
do
like,
over in the Philippines.
you know, first wake up, you know, like when you're having a really bad nightmare and you're trying to wake up from the nightmare, and it's like you're trying to force yourself to wake up. That's that feeling I had trying to not go unconscious. I'm trying to force myself to be able to think, you know, and I was able to kind of recover off of that and at least get back into the fight on that one. But I think that's where I first jacked my head up, was actually there. And then the MRAP didn't do any good for it because I wasn't even wearing my lid at all. My bump helmet, I didn't even have my bump helmet on. I had the top of the MRAP square up straight and down. You know, I think I articulate okay, you know, and I'm pretty cognitive when I'm in conversation. There's days that I'm just totally out of it. You know, I can't really even, I almost sit there and drool, but other than that, you know, I think I do all right.
Good for you, buddy.
Wow, that's intense.
But do you feel it when the low pressure comes in?
Yeah, mainly on my back and my sciatica. You know, it feels like not like a low cabin. You know when you're in an airplane and they're coming down for a landing,
yep.
And that pressure builds up a little bit, not on the eardrum, but like in the temple area.
Yep.
And I don't think it's like real pressure. I just think it's a sensation of something different. I get that, but I don't get anything like a sharp pain or anything like that. I get like a sensation of pressure.
Yeah. No, I just feel like shit. My eyes start watering, flickering. I get a black eye. My blood vessels where I got struck leak, and I just feel like crap. And then I start. Then I just got. Sometimes I take extra medicine for that.
Hey, Kevin, honestly, your story is a miracle in itself.
Yes.
Right? I have no idea how not only did you survive it, but at least you're able to, you know, you're engaging, you're able to, you know, effectively communicate. You know what I mean? There's like a million different things that you should not be doing that you are doing. I think it's a miracle in itself, dude. I mean, you're blessed in the fact that you are where you are and you're able to continue to recover off of it.
Yeah, I don't feel special, but again, with the medicine I'm taking, if I don't take my meds at all, and then I start like doing a spiral going down because I start stuttering and I'm not very coherent. So yeah, I just gotta keep on my meds, keep those up, and then like this kind of stuff. What we're doing right now is like a also like a therapy. You know,
Yeah.
you focus on doing stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how come I kind of started doing that whole, uh, that's actually why I started doing mine. Because I had a lot of stuff that I had to get off my chest. And I thought that the anonymity of being able to throw it out in a community that really didn't know me, that might be able to take something from it,
Yep.
would help. And it generally does, but it seems as now I would say in the last 5 months, there's like a lot of really kind of screwed up people out there that will use it as a tool, to try to get under my skin.
Yeah,
And
like a
again, yeah. Well, again, there's something, these people don't know me, Kevin. Nobody really knows me.
yeah.
And
That's good though.
That's good.
Well, just because then they can't use it to get you.
No, well, they try, and sometimes that'll piss you off more than you think it does. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
I've just kind of grown to realize, okay, there's just some really ignorant people out there that just feel compelled to voice an opinion on stuff that they have no concept of, which is fine. And again, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just saying. I mean, people say things just to be mean, to be hateful.
Yeah, because they're living in a miserable existence, And
well, misery loves company.
And actually, I think, it's along that line of, I got to make myself feel better because I'm absolutely worthless and a piece of crap. So I'm going to go ahead and break you down so I can look a little better in my mind than you do. Honestly, because how else does it, how else does it about, I mean, some of these guys that are voicing opinions, right, have very little experience with the opinions that they're voicing. I mean, so I get a lot of this negativity on the veteran thing. And there's a few of them that are vets that have an opinion and they have the right to that opinion. Okay. But those that have never been a vet, served, okay, then turn around and try to somehow, well, that didn't happen, or no, that's not true, or you're using PTSD as a crutch, or that's that this, that, and the other thing, right? And they have no idea or concept of what they're even talking about. That it's almost, you have to look at it as comical. You have to look at it as, this is ridiculous. And that's the part that irritates me. But then at the same time, I really don't care. I don't give a flying crap about anybody's opinion of me.
Yep.
Because if I wrap my life up worrying about opinions, and that has nothing to do, Richard, that has actually nothing to do with the PTSD or anything. Mm-hmm. And you're going to be able to understand what I'm saying. How effective would I be as a commander if I cared about everybody's opinion?
Right. Absolutely.
Okay. If I want to be, and it's human nature generally to want to be the best you are at what you do. Mm-hmm. And as a commander, my job is to take care of my troops, right? Mm-hmm. In doing that, I have to take care of my equipment to make sure that they have the best, make sure that they're trained up, Make sure this is all part of my responsibility.
Just a moment. I just put John Doe on a 300
timeout. Heavy-handed, but anyway.
Yeah, but you know, somebody's talking right now, so let them talk.
Yeah, John is interesting to me.
John doesn't come here, so he's here, so you have the floor. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know what was said.
That's all right. Okay. Don't worry about it.
Nothing. We're here, so you got the spotlight.
You know, if I was not worrying, if I was worried about everybody's opinion, if I was worried about, you know, all the rhetoric and the crap and you know, I got so-and-so or my battalion commander's pissed off at me or whatever. If I worried about all that, I'd spend more time running in circles trying to put out fires, right? And objectively, if we all did that in life, we spend more time worrying about how people's opinions are influencing us. We are not influencing anybody in any, whether it's positive or negative, in any way. We're just being reactive. We're followers instead of leaders.
Yeah, you're not being true to yourself. Yeah, you got to be yourself. You can't be who people want you to be. Yeah.
You know, and it is what it is. It's and you said it, yeah, being who you are and what you want to represent. You know, I got kids, you know, their opinions matter to me.
Right.
You know, loved ones that are associated to me, their opinions matter to me. My close, I don't have a lot of friends, believe it or not. It's a joke, but I don't have a lot of friends. But those friends that I do have are near and dear to me, and their opinions count to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they're not going to give me. They're not going to try to break me down because in order to be successful, you need to circle yourself with successful people or like-minded people. So they're also influencers and positive builders. You know, and I try to, and Christians. And I try to maintain that environment, and you know, so I am who I am. I'm going to be the same person that you see in person as you see me here. And although some people think that I'm nice and they take that as weakness, you know, on the flip side, you know, what I've done as a career. And the things that I've dealt with as doing that career, as well as the experiences and some of the personal issues that I have, do formulate situations that are sometimes produce some awkward conversations.
Yeah.
But in general, I'll give you the shirt off my back. I don't care. You know, even Peter and I may not see eye to eye, but you know, and I don't buy into his rhetoric, and he hates it when I call him on it and all that crud, right? But him and I were respectful when we met. We met 3 times. I don't know if you guys knew that, but we've actually met like about 3 times. And both of us were extremely respectful to each other. You know, that's the way it should be. And you know, it was good. There was good conversation to that. And, you know, just because we don't see eye to eye, and we have different definitions of what the ideologies are, doesn't mean that really, honestly, it doesn't mean that I'm right or he's right or I'm wrong or he's wrong. It just means that we have a difference of opinions.
Good.
You know?
Good. Yeah, that's pretty, you know, you can't label everybody as you know, untalkable and all this kind of stuff. You just, you know, if you like somebody, you like them. If you don't, you don't.
I'm curious to know about this PV guy. What did he go to the Philippines for? He doesn't seem to be. I'm not trying to put him down or anything, but he doesn't seem to be interested in the women there or anything. You know, like I didn't go there to meet my wife. I met my wife and 2 other friends.
I think he was initially here doing missionary work, if I'm not mistaken. I think he came here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think. And honestly, Richard, instead of talking about the negative side,
yeah,
let's point one thing out. All right. And I think we could all agree that if he was to change the tone of what he was putting out,
Oh yeah.
if you want to talk about somebody that could be an influencer to a community, the experience that that man has through his travels in Samoa, and the experience that he has in Fiji, and the experience he has in the Philippines, and that is not an arguable statement. And people may not like it, and I say that good, bad, or indifferent. And even though I have been on his butt lately, the one thing you can't take away from the man is he has been there, he has lived it, he has that experience, right? He can produce quality content that is extremely educational and have extreme value if he would simply pose it as a Christian mindset. You know what I mean? More in a positive view. Okay, instead of using it as a quote unquote business model and using negativity to try to generate money. You know, that's where I think that he could really, really be an influencer.
Yeah. I think Kevin has given him a lot of chances to come on and you know, I wasn't part of the discussions because I don't know the guy, I don't watch his videos or anything, and I didn't get involved in the hate or anything on him or anything, but a lot of people don't like him, and you know, a lot of people, you know, because of the remarks he's made about the Philippines and people's wives. He's insulted people's wives and stuff, and they have issues with him. So, and Roberto had a big issue with him. So people get, you know, take it to heart at what he says. And now if Roberto comes in the room and he comes in, he like disappears, like right out of the room, right, Kev?
Yeah.
He's right out of the place. So.
Yeah, but I mean, can I, and coming from me, I guess maybe I'm the last person because it seems like lately I've been the focus of a lot of his hate. But, you know, honestly, and this is just being truthful, what's the point of it all? What's the point of generating so much hate and discontent?
I know, I don't get it.
Okay, I mean,
just like Johnny Warrior, me and Peter, when I met Peter, we didn't see eye to eye on anything. Got along pretty good. He a different person though. When the camera is off, he a different person. He is on camera.
Oh yeah, and that's 100%.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
He's totally all that rhetoric goes away, and it's a persona. A lot of what it is a persona. And look, guys, relative to and Richard, I'm going to challenge you on this because you're going to understand this. And actually, Jay, right? That's your name, Black American Expat. That's Jay, right?
Yeah,
that's his name.
Okay, now question. All right, and I'm gonna challenge the two of you, and you may already be embracing this, but we'll have the conversation for the benefit of other people that might be listening. But let's say that all the rhetoric relative to his past is right. You know, all the legal issues and all that stuff is correct. Okay. Does it really matter right now, this minute, if the man stepped up and he brought true change to the table to himself? Okay. Who are we to continue to judge him? And who are we to continue to have spew so much negativity against him if he was honestly to come to the table and change?
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't.
And sometimes
grudges against anybody.
Yeah. But I'm wondering if he's caught in the quagmire he's in simply because he has no avenue to change. He has the only thing he knows is, you know, that persona to make money, you know, his AdSense and everything. I'm wondering if maybe we're perpetuating an environment that he you know, and I'm saying this, and Lost in the Nomad just said, but he won't. And I'll tell you something. I had this same approach when I first met him. I was actually going to try to change Peter. I was the guy that was going to come and give him and bring him back on the path and help him and lay off him. And I even, in some cases, even defended and gave him an avenue or whatever. I got my hand bit, and that's God honest truth. But, you know, and you're right.
Time, second time or the third time, or did he bite your hand all 3 times?
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
And no, Ray Hammond, he's right. Too lazy for you. I have a channel called How to Spot an Idiot, right, where I address all those issues. But if you notice that it's in response when he attacks to me. And I'm not going to sit there and tell you, and I have prefaced this conversation, that I contributed to the environment in which he's dealing with. All right? I've been reactionary every time he gets negative with me. I go out and I go on the negative against him. But I'm telling you right now, what I'm doing is not right. It's not. And, you know, but I have to deal with that whole lack of compassion and empathy and recheck myself. And I got to get back on the focal point and get out of being so reactionary on it and realize, you know, what I'm dealing with. And hence why I haven't been, you know, he's been running his mouth and I shut the hell up and let him run his mouth. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And see, Jerry, you were Lost in the Nomad, Dave, there was somebody else that told me not to, that it would be, you know, I'm just setting myself up, you know, and you guys were right. You were. Okay. But that at the same time, does that mean that if we all close the book on every hopeless story out there, man, you know, it makes for a miserable community. And somehow, someway, and I'm still trying. You could tell the way I'm still struggling, trying to figure out how, because whether I like it or not, whether it's a good relationship or a bad relationship, the fact is I have a relationship with Peter. Okay. Yeah. It does. So it's not going to go away. What do I do? Am I going to can sit there and contribute to it by doing the same BS? Do I ignore it? Or do I try to influence it positively? I don't know. I'm still trying to work that out. You know, in my head, I know what my heart tells me, but in my head, you know, I'm trying to put it in because, you know, I am a man. Yeah. And I am an alpha personality, and I am a proud man.
What does your little voice tell you?
What's that?
What does your little voice tell you? The voice of reasoning. What does that tell you?
Sometimes that's not always the good thing, because the reaction is that the whole going back to shoot him in the face kind of thing, and that sometimes is not the best approach in relationships. So,
well, yeah, you could punch him in the face. That might be better.
That's a term. Guys, okay. If you hear somebody that's in the military says shoot him in the face, it's like get some or whatever. It's not. Damn, I should shut the hell up on that, shouldn't I?
Hey, I got a question for you, John.
Yeah.
A while ago, I was listening to you and David's show, and you asked him, or you was talking to other people, and you said, "Have you ever seen the white lady?" I have. Many times I've seen the white lady. So I know what the heck you're talking about. I seen when I was in like a 12th grade in high school. I seen her, and then I seen her once in the Philippines, and in another place. You're talking about a dead person about the white lady, because I seen it was like a lady, but I didn't see her face, but she had looked like a white wedding gown on, and I seen those. I seen it around 3 times. Is that the same thing you was talking about?
Yeah, in essence, yes, that's exactly the same thing.
Good, because I I know what I mean. When cause nobody else caught what you said,
When somebody dies?
ball popped out of my head. I seen it quite a few times. Plus, I seen other dead people that died. But once my buddy, he passed away. He hung himself, and in the same house that we went to, because his brother's house, and I was sleeping, and I woke up, and I seen him sitting on the back of the couch, looking down at me, and I said, "How are you doing?" And he shook his head, meaning like he's okay. So yeah, I seen ghosts, and I seen the white lady 3 times.
You saw that, Kevin, too?
Well, I seen the white lady, my white lady, but she's dressed in white. But I knew what you was talking about, John.
Yeah, we like on that particular show. We like to talk about the, obviously for October we're trying to do the whole spirits and goblin thing because we're going to do a big thing on Halloween. But that show, I enjoy doing that one with Bubba, the conspiracy theory stuff.
Okay.
Because that's non-political. Well, I can get a little political, but it seems like we get more people talking in that show that, like, if over on my show, they'll troll me, or they're over on Bubba's or Dave's or whoever's show's talking, they're trolling them, but they'll come on that show. It's not about trolling. It's just about, talking about the topic and the conversation. And that's why I love doing that particular show.
Yep. Twice I was drinking when I seen my buddy that drank. My buddy that committed suicide, and I seen the white lady once when I was drunk. But when I was sober, I seen it 2 other times. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up to you, saying that I definitely know what you were talking about.
Yeah, no, I guess our topics go all over the place, don't it?
Oh yeah, from here it does, because I'm getting ready to get out because we 3 hours. You've been on with me for an hour, and I was on for 2 hours earlier. So yeah, we had a pretty good show. I wanted to show Richard my toy because the other day he was talking about his gun.
My wife was she was wanting to use my glue gun, and she comes on Johnny talking seductive, which wasn't right. She even admitted to me, because my wife is a good Christian woman, and and she says, "Where's your Glock, honey?" Like that. I don't have a gun. I wish I did have one, but I live in New York, where it's so anti-gun, And she was making like an arrangement for the dining room table out of stuff she bought, and the guys are going, ooh.
Yeah, I wasn't watching. I was on the show. I was doing something else, but I could hear you guys talking about the gun, so I just brought out the beaver killer.
Well, I'm gonna let you guys wrap this up, bro. I gotta get going myself, but thanks for letting me on, man.
Oh, hey, no problem. My door's open to everybody.
So when you going back there, John, to the Philippines?
I go to Dallas on the 23rd because I'm going to hang with my buddy. I want to take him to Papa Do's. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's a restaurant down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a nice Cajun seafood restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take him to Papa Do's. Wanted to kind of Chris and Jamie both. I was going to take them down there. And then I'm going to leave the 24th. I'm on the plane. I get in the middle of the 25th. I have an embassy appointment on the 26th, and I'm back in Solano on the 27th.
Nice.
Johnny Bean, you're from the Midwest, Southwest there, Midwest. How do you get used to it not having good beef in the Philippines, man? That's what I'm going to miss.
I'm actually from Arizona, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm actually born and raised in Arizona, and most of my time has been either, I mean, out of 26 years, I've been all over the place.
Yeah.
But it's hard because I grew up in the beef industry.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's very, very hard.
I got a cousin that lives in Phoenix. She loves it there. She loves the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Journey Warrior, thanks for coming on. I appreciate your time that you spent with us, so appreciate it.
All right, man. Hey, peace, guys. Thanks. Good
Bye,
show.
Appreciate it.
Take care, man. Have fun.
Yeah, later, Richard.
Well, there you go, guys. We had another successful guest that came on. Johnny Warrior came on, and we got Lost Nomad. Lost Nomad, we're gonna get out of here. So you got anything to say?
No, man, thanks for having me on. With really just let me listen in the background, so appreciate it.
Cool. That's never no problem. You're always good. All right, Richard, anything to say?
Oh, I'm sorry to John Doe. I forget what your post was. There was like that I had a second to make a thing. I didn't put you in timeout. That was the big man.
Don't get mad.
Get glad.
Got to give everybody a chance. So that was Johnny's chance. He tried to come on before. He emailed me. So yeah, I let everybody come on, and they all got, everybody has a chance to speak on my show.
Yeah, I particularly have a fondness for the military because, like I said, you guys have heard my uncle died in World War II, and I love the vets, man. I think they serve our country. A lot of people are down on them, but we wouldn't be able to sleep at peace at night without them,
Well, everybody has feelings, so let's don't try to be mysterious and hurt people's feelings. So on that part, we had Jay on, but Jay just left out that a little bit ago. So he probably hit the pillow. So you guys, thanks for coming on. Thanks for hanging out with us. We got a pretty decent hangout with us. So we got Sky Dragon, Too Lazy for You, Lost Nomad. We got Ray, Jerry, Jimmy Duran. We got a whole bunch of people that are hanging out. Thanks for coming out. Thanks, JD. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys. Not tonight because we're gonna try to go out to Nashville at around 3 and coming up. So
you're going to Nashville?
Well, yeah, to the airport. We're gonna take my cousin. Him and his wife got
How far is Nashville from you?
Maybe an hour, 20 minutes.
Oh, that's pretty close.
Yeah. Depends on who's driving.
Yeah.
But we're not too far from the we're not from the Tennessee border. We're close to the Tennessee border and the Indiana border. So we can go either place. I like Nashville just because they got, because it's Nashville. I mean, if you never been there, just a place. But if you've been there, boy, that well, even Tennessee, all those places, that whole place is something to do.
Yeah,
good restaurants, good food, good people.
They have a world famous Gibson guitar factory moved from Michigan to Nashville, probably in, I don't know, was it the 90s? I'd like to see that.
Tell who to get his own channel. Come on, Johnny, don't get all bent out of shape. All right, you guys, I'll see you guys later on. Be happy, be smile. Hey, Heminger, forgot to say you too. I didn't see Gun today, but Gun Term, if you're out there, hello, have a good day. Popeye. You could
Popeye.
come on. You could come on. You've been relatively nice to me. I appreciate that.
I got to go do some work.
All right, you guys.
All right, man. See you later.
Yep. This is Big Kevin saying, see you guys later. Think of other people sometimes, you know, don't hurt to think about other people, other people's failings. Let's get out. Let's get some of that lead out of your ass. Have a good day. I'll talk to you guys later. Like always, smash those likes for my little buddy over in Cebu. I'd like to say hi to Chris in Cebu. He's always been pretty cool to me also. All right, you guys. Thanks for coming. I'll talk to you later. Big Kevin's out. Bye.